Can you hear me now? There we go. Okay. Sorry, guys. Sorry. Rookie mistake. Let me know. Can you get me now? All right. So let me just recap what I'm saying here. I hate opening up outside range. I hate it. So you guys have been following now for 3 weeks. I've been streaming for now. And the amount of times we do open up outside range is very, very rare. Now, I definitely prefer to open up outside range to the downside, right? Which we are way outside range. I think Potas spoke last night, which drove this move. And then we have this move here into the open. This, for me, is a situation where patience may be a virtue. Now, we'll look at range and things like that and see what the VWAP bands are providing. And like I said, it's much easier to find the bottom than it is to find the top outside day up. But when we drop way down below, here's the last time we really were outside day down, right around June 8th. It stayed down. So where this is going here, after pretty much this is this is Thursday's low, this is Wednesday's low, this is Tuesday's low. Once we get below there, there's a possibility for a free fall, right? There's nothing here to support it. And this is just why I don't love, right? We had this bear continuation. Right now we are in a bull continuation, outside day down. It's just not something I like. So we'll see what happens. We're going to let the market open here in a second. Right now, that's what we're kind of looking at. If we zoom in here, kind of been trading pretty neutral, right? Across the board. And now we're getting some movement. Now, some people like that volatility in that movement, which is awesome. We can do that. On the ES, seeing a little bit of the same. Bear continuation, outside day down, way outside down, and still melting into the open. Small caps, huge melt, right? We were talking yesterday about taking this Kermit candle into prior day. You would have took some heat, but it would have got you done. This is just melty. And then good old Nazzy is the only one right now that is not on a severe melt, but also bear continuation, outside day down. Looking at the range for today and the ATRs, expecting a somewhat volatile day. We are on 557 into the open on a 542. So we are already outside one ATR. Okay, so that's definitely volatility. So we're going to see exactly what that volatility brings for the day. MES is probably right up there as well, over one ATR. And we know we have data on the MES. I think it's 88%. Once we are over one ATR, 88% of the time, we will stay within the VWAP bands. So we're going to probably look at trading that for sure. 40 on the Russell is not at one ATR. And without that severe melt, 665, we are also over one ATR on the Nazzy as well. So bands are in play, which is kind of nice. I definitely would be a little bit more wary if we were trading, right, trying to trade outside day down, huge outside day down with little range, and then we didn't even have the bands to fall back on. The bands, they definitely expanded overnight with that move of Trump here, and then they've actually contracted a little bit. You can see them coming a little bit thinner, but now as the market comes, they should expand back out. It's just going to be a patient start for me. GD long M&Q, long MES, and long MYM. All right. Send it. Sendy. Send it. Yeah. On the TradeFi accounts, currently at just about $900. Ooh, one of them does have $900, so $600 to go. I think I got the average up yesterday. I think I'm at $38 average for that. And then the live account over here at $3,200. What else you guys trading? What are you guys getting into today? Skeletor Emperor. Good morning. Good morning. Cube Gifts. Good morning. GD. Always good morning. Appreciate you guys hopping in. If you guys could give the stream a thumbs up, that'll let the algorithm know that there are at least a couple people in here, and this might be worth viewing. The more questions you guys ask, the easier it is for me to talk, keep the stream going, keep that entertainment value up. One minute to go. Need to get myself a mouse pad. And away we go. Melting. All right, there's some buyers. Whoa, where are these bands at? The band's open wide up. Really, the Nasdaq was the only thing that really didn't melt too hard. So many points on the Nasdaq. It's so hard to zoom in. Showing a little bit of strength. Let's see what buyers can do here. See if they get shut down. I'm gonna slow down the music today. told my wife this morning, I'm like, I'm not bringing a water bottle. Could I drink that water bottle in 20 minutes and then I got to pee all day? But man, I'm so thirsty. I just said, can you please bring me that water? I totally lied. Totally lied. I need water. Oh, and I did. I said I want to slow this down too. Now that we've done this, I'm a little more interested now in the -2s. But he is still melting down. It's one of those where we could take it, but it's going to be a really, really tight risk. And I want to see some green out there. You know, even though this is a framework, right? Even though we want to be long here, I don't want to be long into this. This is better. Still can't go outside here in New York. If you're not from around here and you've been seeing on the news like, oh, the smoke, AQI, it's real. I mean, I know it happens all over the country, but usually it happens in more wilderness areas. Man, it's coming down through here. 3 years back, it was like they were literally, you didn't want to go outside. Right now, we're on the cusp of like, probably shouldn't go outside for very long. Maybe walk the dog, but then get back inside. For a runner like me, I definitely can't be out there. I tried to run like 30 minutes 2 days ago, and my throat still hurts from it. And I'm racing a 100 miler next weekend, so I can't be screwing around. There's a green. We do want a little bit of green here. A little bit of measured moves here. See if the ES can give us a little bit more than these measured moves. Some days you just got to be patient. Right? Trades aren't going to pop up every single day. Some days you got to just be like, no, it's not working out today. Some people love like the breakout and are just like, I'm going to go short the whole day. Some people like me are, I need some reversion, right? Like this is nice. Yeah. Off the -2s on the Dow would have got you done today. And maybe the ES will be able to follow, but like I said, we're just getting these little chops. There's nothing in here for my style of trading right now. Friday. A little bit of a low volume node here. I'd like to see a slide. That would be, we can get all the way up here to this node right here, which is pretty much going to be fighting for POC on the session. That's where we can start to think about shorts. I love shorts up in here for today. Why do I feel like my thing stopped? Anybody else feel like my screen stopped? It did. Son of a beeswax. It's still not moving. What is going on here? I'm looking at the bid-ask spread and it's not moving. That's not good. And Ninja was having trouble last night too. I couldn't log in. Yeah, it's not moving. Should we do the old turn it off, turn it back on again? GD, let's go. And Ninja's been weird the last 24 hours. Oh, jeez. I was just saying I love shorts up in here. Oh, come on, man. Come on, Ninja.
Order submitted. Order submitted.
I don't really like entering this with my Ninja being a jerk. But, I mean, that's a trade for me, so I got to take it.
Order filled. Order submitted.
Hopefully it can cooperate now that we're in a trade. I am not done. I hate being outside range. First trade of the day. Yeah, there's a line. Like I said, I hate this outside day down. But luckily there's a bunch of shorts above. Yeah, well, of course, in hindsight, yeah, trying to pick the bottom would have been great, but there was nothing down here to tell me we were not going to go all the way down. I'm like, yeah, you caught this long, good for you. But for me, I can't see where I was supposed to enter. Well, I wanted the trade here, Cube Gift, at this high volume node here. And right now, we have this huge candle. And I'm really just playing the mean reversion off VWAP with this huge amount of range. Right? The reason is we're at 16 on the Dow on a range of 542. So the likelihood of us expanding outside the band statistically, not that it can't happen, statistically is pretty low. So I'm going to play these bands and I'm going to try and get in them. Will I add at +2? There's a pretty good chance. Will I maybe wait until we get to the trend line to add? We'll see. The last month, I haven't really had to really manage drawdown that much. I've been very, very lucky. So we'll see. Down $30 right now. We'll see what happens. We will see what happens. Yeah, that trade was a +1 trade. +1 trade on a ton of range on the day. Maybe playing into a little bit of weakness, right? If there is a micro trend for today. Software kicking you out is a great thing, good and bad. Sometimes it protects us in both ways. It protects us from a profit standpoint. We don't give stuff back in the afternoon, but it also protects us from blowing stuff up. I have all my get the hell out of here's triggered, or set at least. Def Mike, I'll talk to you later, man. If I don't speak to you, enjoy your weekend. I'll be back here Monday, 9:15, market open. Have a great weekend, dude. Now we wait. So I want to give back all that overnight news. Still 14 minutes left in this candle, guys. That's why I'm not looking to add yet. Obviously, a really, really big expansive candle. Even though we're going up to +2s here, I feel a little bit more comfortable just below this here. So this is where I'll add.
Order submitted.
Already down $80. Yeah, this candle makes it really easy to look like a hero if you're playing maybe the other session low the other day. But for me, there was just no ads in here. Kind of talked about that weakness. It's really just what's taking off today? Cat tractor? What's going on over there? Small caps, something happened. Because Nazzy's still super heavy. Nazzy's still really heavy. ES still looking heavy. Cube Gifts in at the +2s. Let's go. Yeah, Nazzy's still heavy. Pretty much just the small caps and the Dow right now are pumping. Everything else still looking heavy. So confident maybe we can get back into the range here. Test, so you're looking up here as well, yeah. I mean, I would have to close a trade. If we enter here and it keeps pumping, I'm gonna have to get out, and then we look for shorts up here and here. But I'll probably close the button, hit the close button. I don't know, we'll see. $150, $200. try not to give back the entire week in one trade, but like I said, can't be green every day. So definitely not at the point where the heart's starting to race yet, which is fine. You know, this is something I can handle. The thing that is more comforting, like I said, is the amount of range that we've put in today already. And some days that range means nothing. Sometimes we just rip. It happens. I'm definitely just trying to at least survive till the 10 o'clock hour and see what happens then. What a candle though, huh? $500 candle. That is a candle, boys and girls. Woo! When's the last time we had one like that? It's been a bit. It's been a minute. Yeah, I'm gonna be in a T line again. I don't love it, but it's the short for sure. It's definitely a short for sure. Got a lot of work to do to get back to profit here. It's pretty much an add at T line for me or an add at the start of the next candle. Yeah, the next 8 minutes is going to be pretty important. I don't really consider the 233 that often on the VWAP bands, but it does tend to hold sometimes. So I'll feel a lot more comfortable if we can get down below the 233 on this. But right, outcomes are outcomes. It's totally fine. Can't worry about the outcomes. We just have to trust the method and be able to hit the close button if we need to. Wifey's calling me. I'll be right back. Still alive. trade was making my mouth dry. I feel like it got crappy when we switched the music. I'm going back. Going back. Where was this? As soon as I switched it away. Going back. There's some superstition for you. Yeah, and every time you call me, I told you that you have the wrong number and that I'm not associated with that business, and then you hang up on me and you call me back. Yeah, you don't remember the conversation that we had a few weeks ago? Where I told you that I have no idea what you're talking about? No, no, I'll tell you the same thing I told you last time. You guys have an incorrect phone number for that business. I'm just a regular person with a regular phone number. And I don't know what you're talking about. And when I called you guys back, because I did some simple Googling on that business is closed and doesn't exist anymore. So I don't know what to tell you, but you can keep calling me back. You can keep calling me back. It's fine, and I'll keep letting you know that you have the wrong number associated with that account. Correct. Yes, I understand that. You told me that last time. Yes, you told me that last time. Do I do I do I sound like Jennifer to you? I mean, I know it's 2026 and we can't assume, but would you think you're speaking to a Jennifer right now? Nope, my wife is Tara, and I don't keep girlfriends. Okay, I've already spoke to Philadelphia Insurance. I called them. I spoke to them, and they said that they have fixed that number. So maybe give them a call back and let them know because they've acknowledged the fact that they had the incorrect number. Very nice. Well, then, hey, that's fine. I have no problem speaking to you. You can call me back in a few weeks and we can have the same conversation again. All right, we'll talk to you in a few weeks. No, it's fine. I keep getting a call from collections. For, I have no idea who they're talking about. They call me and I just tell them, nope. And they're like, Jennifer. I'm like, I'm not Jennifer. Not Jennifer. Now we got a shift in POC. Great. We got T-line N+2. Kind of like that. Calls for Roberto. Yeah, she's been calling me. She calls me like every 3 weeks, and she has one of those voices where I know it's the same woman. And yeah, she just is. And she's so condescending, like I'm lying to her. I'm like bitch, you know. She keeps calling. She can keep calling me. It's like my main YouTube channel is based around being debt free and paying off debts. The last person I would call a guy like me is a debt. I haven't had debt in a decade. Zero debt. I don't owe anybody money for a decade. So when I get collections calls, it's funny. Like, dude, just Google me. Google my name. You will see I have no debts. Used to have a huge amount of debts. No more debts. And two, it's also funny that it's like it's 2026 now. If you don't realize that you don't have to pay back debt collection, like if you go to collections, yeah, it's gonna F up your credit score. But like I said, I don't have debt, so I don't need credit. Like you don't have to pay them. They've sold your debt. It's no longer yours anymore. It's all smoke and mirrors. You can just, I'm good. I'm good. And I'm pretty sure medical debt doesn't even hurt your credit score. I don't even know why people are paying hospital bills. I can't say that you shouldn't pay hospital bills, but definitely looking forward to a new candle here in 10 seconds. That would have been a T-line fill. I just missed it. But with the new candle coming, I'm waiting for plus twos here. And if we never get back to the plus twos again, I mean, that'd be okay, but big plus two guy right now. Oh, there's everything else now responding. Saving grace was that weak Nazzy. Everything looking green now. Yeah, it's tough. We're still getting the little red measured moves. You can see this measured move here, this one here, this one here, this one here. It might be a graceful exit situation. Just moving my target to this high volume node that was POC a little while ago. And I think POC shifted down here. I said it's not going to be a ton of profit. I'd like to get filled and move my price up, but I'm not going to force another fall. Like there's just nothing in me that says like super weak right now. And this trouble I used to get myself in. I'd see this gap here and be like, it's never going to come back down here. I need to add. I need to get my average price up. You know, it's I can't think like that anymore. If anything, I'm like, okay, then if we chop around here, then at the end of the day, I take an L. Anytime I've tried to like bring this up by adding in improper places, I get myself hurt, right? Even if I would have got in at T line down here, yeah, I'd have a little bit back, but it's still not showing a ton of weakness. Granted, we are building a nice little support in through here, right? This is definitely a good sign. If we thought about this, like all this is a good sign, but I'm not rushing to enter to move my average price. At the end of the day, I have to stay true to what the framework is. And the framework is I'd like to be at 2 standard deviations from VWAP. Is it hard to watch like what once was a 100-point target now be a 30-point target for a $15 winner? Yeah. And will people on the internet say, well, that's a terrible R to R. You were down 100 to get 15. I'm not trying to get a certain amount of dollars. I'm trying not to lose a ton of money in any given session, but the profit, it's just the outcome of the trade. I don't, if I'm trying to hold for a certain amount, just like my entries need to be calculated and strategic, my exits also have to be calculated and strategic. And right now, this exit for me makes sense. It does. And there's a chance that VWAP may come right up to my entry. You know, at that point, I'd like to think that we probably added a little bit, but I might even attach this to a line here, so I don't have to keep moving it. Order flow upper 2. There we go. Thank you. Freezing down here. Freezing. Yeah, wow, it's going. Everything's going up. Strength. Definitely be a good time to reverse. I will say, not knowing the outcome of this trade, this is the first trade we've taken in I feel like weeks off of the VWAP bands and not off the range trader. And it's the first one we've had to sit through drawdown. I'm thinking about these notes I'm going to put in my journal, regardless of the outcome. Cube Gift, you still in? You got in at right, didn't you? You should be all right now. You got in here plus 2. 291 ish. Here. What's crazier is we're about to start expanding range to the upside as well. Right? Here's pretty much the high of last night. That's fine. Green is green. Green is green. I wish I would have chickened out right here. Wish I would have chickened out right around here. That would have been great. Yeah, if you didn't chicken out, you'd be in pretty hot water with me right now. Just watching. It's part of the game. in some hot water. Man, at this point, I'm like, should I move this to prior session POC? No, like we mentioned a few minutes ago for anybody that just got here, it wouldn't make it all the way up there. I want shorts up there and prior session high. So pretty much have the opportunity to kind of let this one fill if it needs to be. And then I don't have much more room to let this go before I'd have to press the close button and then think about re-entering up here. I won't ride it all the way up. Unless we can get a fill and I can get a graceful exit and start to campaign around this price and kind of make it a little bit happy, make it a little bit better on myself. But I mean, we get a fill here. This is another 80 points up there. So another $80. Come on, fill it up. Still want that fill. Don't love it, but still want it.
Order filled.
Yeah, I got room pretty much up to this high volume node here. This is kind of around this 900 mark. I really got to think about getting out. When it gets up to 900, that would be when I'm thinking, all right, maybe let's get out of here for the day and take an L into the weekend, which is totally okay. I've been on a heater, so the shoe has to drop eventually, but I still think our plan could work out here. Definitely thinking about taking one off if we can get just a little bit of a pullback, maybe back down here to T-line. This 233 AMA might have to take one off for a loss, so then we could re-enter again, right? Give ourselves some room. We'll see. For anybody that wasn't here for the first entry, we're looking way down here. So 534. That's going to be a pretty nice loss as it is, but we're going to start to work through this and probably take one off around here so that I could get back into +2s if that was the case. This actually isn't a bad spot to take even this a little bit of excursion because we have these measured moves that have been happening. It's not really giving us much more to the downside since even market open. Like you can see all these little moves. It's kind of what we're getting. It doesn't have to. Statistically, it should, but it doesn't have to. Especially with everything else still looking strong. Yeah, we might put a stop in just to get ourselves a little bit of a graceful exit here to be able to re-enter at the +2s. I kind of want to take one off, guys. I'm watching it and I want to see a break below here, but there's part of me that really wants to take one off here so I can get back in up here. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to put a stop in. If it goes much higher than this,
Order submitted.
goes much higher than that, then we'll take a graceful exit and we'll look to get back in. That's where I wanted it anyway.
Order filled.
So now we have one off. I just took $116 worth of realized losses there. Okay, $116 total losses. Pretty much cuts my week in half. But now I'm in a position where I can get back in. I'm not taking a little bit of heat. So now I can get this back up here. Put another sell.
Order submitted.
We can attach this to that indicator again. Upper 2. And then we can worry about where this is going to go later. If you hold control and drag it onto the line. Oh, well, thank you. I did not know that. I did not know that. And then if I drag it off, will it detach? So let's see. Wait.
Order submitted.
So press control. Oh. Love that. Thank you.
Order canceled.
Thanks for the hack. That was a lot easier. Appreciate you. And also, too, taking the graceful exit, it definitely makes it easier to watch this green number and have the other one off in my peripheral over here. But still very much red on the day. So waiting for things to go our way. I got Amazon puts that need to be rolled. 248. Got Amazon puts that need to be rolled. Nothing going our way. It's Wednesday. We went out to next Wednesday. Down and out. $25 for the roll on an in the money put. Throw that in the Discord. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Discord. Roll. Anybody in trades? How we doing out there? Am I the only one getting cooked right now? On Discord? Where were we? Discord? Hold on. I never know how to like allow my messages on Discord, because back when my Discord was like super busy, I would just get so many DMs. Hold on, let me just, do I have to go to my personal thing maybe? Settings. Yeah, like I don't know how to get messages. Maybe you can email it to me. Yeah, I just don't. People say to me all the time, like, I can't DM you. I don't know how that works. Like the friends and things like that, I don't know how that works. Maybe I'll try and start a conversation with you. Hold on. Oh, I'm not even in. I'm not in raw. Oh, here you are. Hold on. I'm going to try and message you on Discord. Your message cannot be delivered. Send a friend request first. Okay, I can do that. Send friend request. All right, I sent you a friend request. Let's see if that works. Oh, while we're figuring this out, the Dow's sucking it a little bit. Yippee! Nice. Well, thank you. Just making my stream a little bit better. That's the one I want. Love it. Oh, thank you so much. Oh, now how do I grab that? How do I save it on my phone? Pin, mark, save file. Yes. All right, let me message it to myself. It'll be here for Monday. Now I just have to figure out how to put it on my stream deck. I'm sure it's one YouTube video away, all right? Love it. So back to the conversation we were having before about adding just for the sake of adding and that getting me in trouble. There's a piece of me, especially with this new candle opening, that wants to add at my current, like if it came back up, there's a part of me that wants to add to this winner now. And that's a skill I don't have. I've been trying to like figure it out and learn it. But the whole, and this is just me being vulnerable for the 7 people in here and letting you know that I'm not an expert. I don't know. I struggle with adding to winners. I'm very good at seeing new levels to add to losers and campaigning a price around that way. But like, I just think to myself, if I wasn't in a trade, is this a spot that I would add? And I think the answer is yes. Like I'd add at T-line, right? I'd add short at T-line. But then with like the market trend right now, is that wick that we just had going to hold? Or is this candle going to go up and run that wick? And maybe I want to wait and add at maybe the high of that wick, which is going to be right around the +2s anyway. There's a part of me that wants to add. Would love unsolicited advice. Well, solicited. I would love your thoughts. For anybody that's good at adding to winners, is this an add to a winner type of spot to consider? Or do I have to let this thing come all the way back down to +1 and then +1 is really the add? Right? Does that make sense? Or is my current thesis right and my next add is at +2? Maybe I'll do an anonymous poll. Let's do that. Engage with the audience. Start a poll. Add here. Wait for +1 or wait for +2. Start poll. See if we can get all 7 people. Get in the poll. What would you do? It's anonymous. What would you do? Okay. Wait for the +2s. I guess the con of adding there is if I add here and it runs up to the +2, I can't add a third contract there, right? And I probably wouldn't add here if I wasn't in a trade. So to add here just because I'm in a trade, the better my situation. I think to avoid that, I should have exited earlier so I wouldn't be in this position. I don't think I can add here to better my position. I think I needed to exit out earlier to protect myself and keep my position better, if that makes sense. That's why I want to, but I don't want to. I love that our swing highs are definitely coming down, right? We're getting lower highs. That's kind of cool. Yeah, they are. I mean, that was bound to happen, right? We just pumped out of the open. I mean, that's half the people here say wait till +2. So thank you so much for the feedback. With that said, we flush below. Oh, I know. He knows how to add to winners, that's for sure. Sometimes we'll be chatting while he's in a trade. He's like, I just added again. I'm like, that's where I was going to take it off. He's always adding at my targets. Yeah, I agree. If we flush down, though, if we get down below -1s, I mean, +1, if we get down below below +1, and then it comes up and we kind of keep this a little bit of weakness or pullback, that might be an add for me back here. If we can get down into like the 660s and around here and then come back up. Like we do have this low volume node right now on today, which kind of leaves us into prior session low. We're going to find out together. Right, because I wouldn't add here if I wasn't in a trade, but I'd probably add with this amount of range, 663. I'd probably add at +1. But then if I would add a +1, why wouldn't I take a better price on a short up here? All these things to think about. I'm just trying not to make any decisions that are based around trying to get back to even quicker. I think it's from a conservative person like me, as far as trading is concerned, like right now I'm currently down $71 on the day. I think that's okay. Where if I add here, I can easily go back to being down 200 on the day pretty quickly. Yeah, Taz, I can't disagree with that either. Like with high risk comes high reward. When it works, it works. Win big, lose big. Lose big. Yeah, the more risk you're taking, the more edge you're going to have, the more likelihood it has to go in either direction. Now, people tell me all the time, like with my high win rate, I probably should be going in more, but when I tried that, it just didn't work out. Because I am an eat like a bird, shit like an elephant kind of person, right? I'm up $200 on the week, and I took almost $150 drawdown on this trade alone. Yeah. I mean, I think that's a lot of people's problems. Like, there's a part of me even now that's like, wow, I was down. I think, what do we get up to? Like almost 160. And right now I'm down 50 on the day. Like, why not just close it and be down $50 on the day and be like, you got $100 back? Like, that's a pretty good day. And inside my head, I was thinking, we get below the plus ones, I might put a buy, I might get in and then just put a buy stop right there. And then at least take the profit on this trade and then be working off of a plus one to get back to VWAP. Like, take almost another graceful exit and add here. Like, that's kind of what I'm thinking. If we get below here, if we can get below developing POC, right? Maybe take this 53 off the table and then start to work around a plus one add. That's another thing that's kind of working through. Like, get that $53 off the table, put it in my pocket, and then try and manage from there. That could be a slippery slope too, because I still would want to add back at plus twos, right? Like, I don't want to think to myself, we worked so hard to get $50 back in our pocket. Do we really want to let it go back all the way up here now? Like, when does emotional capital score have to come into play? But swing highs are still moving lower. So, I mean, that's all things that are going well. The bands have definitely flattened out. That's more good news in our favor. Nazzy and ES still have a little bit of strength in them. I do kind of want a T-line short, guys. I do. But I also want to see us retrace this whole cancel down. Yeah, we can break POC here. I like us sliding through this low node here, this low volume node. Yeah, I kind of want to add here and then take some off the table. Still being for one contract, but like add and then get a tight stop. If we break below here, let's do a sell stop.
Order submitted.
So if we come down through here, we'll get an add. And then I'll put a stop here and get out of this contract and put $60 in my pocket if that's the case. That's the add that I want. It said not this time, which is why I didn't add there. I kind of wanted to see if it would go. But now how good does this T-line add look now? Yeah, it really sucked seeing that $60 profit dwindle. Just outcomes though. All right. Yeah, I know. I definitely wanted to add. Just where is the question? Come on, blast through there. Blast through that sell stop. Just blast through there. Just blast through there. Come on, blast down through there. Big strength. Big strength. Keep going. Keep going. Nope, you don't want to do it, huh? Come on. It's teasing me. Come on, suck it down. Be dope if it blasts through and we can get ourselves like a little 50 point flush there quick. Let's get a big red push. What we don't want is just a little tap.
Order filled.
All right. Now we're getting some money off the table. Even if it comes back up and touches it, we're getting money off the table and then we'll manage around here. Think of it as a graceful exit, if you will. Give us a little more red. Come on. A little more red. A little more red. Before the blue. A little bit more red before the blue.
Order filled.
How did that happen? Right? Shouldn't I be in? Oh, no, I did get in here. Okay. But yeah, we pushed through. Okay. I forgot that my stop was at +1. I'm like, why am I way down here? Okay, so now we're realized 56. So kind of the plan there was to get some money off table. We were down realized 116. So now I'm realized minus 56 and we'll manage here. Let's see what happens. We ain't done yet. That +2 staying up there. Right, that +2 is essentially just would be giving back everything we just got, but there's a part of me that still likes the T-line ad, but maybe not on this candle. Yeah, we just went from looking at green for a while to back to looking at red. I wouldn't mind a little bit more weakness and this 233 and maybe a swing low happening. I mean, swing high happening right around +1, and then we could get in for a second one there, maybe. Kind of little thought process. Here comes T-line again. And I'm still happy with this. Like, I'm so glad. This is like a graceful exit. I'm still happy with that. Definitely. As opposed to giving this back up now. I'm still very happy with that take. So we got this big red, and now we have a little bit of green. I mean, that green was pretty strong. One of the stronger moves we've seen. A little bit of volume building there, T-line as well. I'm just going to wait for this candle to close. I got to use the restroom. Okay, I just want to see what happens here. Hopefully we can get a nice weak close on this candle. That'd be dope. I'll take a two-way candle. Equal wicks on both sides. It's a step in the right direction. But now these two swing lows did form a little bit of support. Kind of 2 days ago, prior session low, but still want this low volume node to get filled. The distribution is pretty consistent. We definitely have that POC, but other than that, this is pretty consistent. This big one down here, that's kind of when things took off. On the minute on this candle. Then we will start the 11 a.m. candle. Longest stream in a while. Thank you for being here. Let me know how you're doing. Let's keep the conversation going. Give me something to talk about. I'm trying to do my best to think out loud here. But yeah, I'm not hoping and praying for anything. I'm just watching the markets move, and the outcome is the outcome. The later we get in the day, the more likely I am to want to sit through massive drawdown. Like right now, I'm down $77 on the day. Total net. So do I want to start thinking about being down $200 today at this point? Probably not. Definitely want to see us get under POC, though. Come on, let's smack that support. We got a pretty big swing low. My order, my break even, another little swing low. Let's break through that. Let's break through that. What do you think? What do you think, Dow? Triple bottoms need to get cleaned up. Let's clean this up. Let's clean up that triple bottom. Come on. I mean, this one, I'll take anything. I'll take a tweet. Give me whatever you got. Right to that swing low. Right to that swing low. The bottom of that candle. About to see this order maybe go green. There she is. Now let's keep going. No, no, no. Do not tease me. If you're going to pull my hair, make it hurt. Let's try this control and add to this. That's so cool. Thank you for that life hack. It's so nice. Anybody still in with me? I guess I can put this over here too. Do you guys want to see like the whole day? Kind of see what's going on. Okay, that's it. A hold control. Dear Ninja Trader, can you make the Dow go down to view app, please? See if it works. Or do I have to say I want money? I would like some money. Go down to view app, please. Man, if that trick has been there all along and nobody told me. Yep, that's what I did. Don't even need to put the orders on the lines anymore. I just need to just hit control and they want to go to the lines. Remember 30 minutes ago I said that if that 233 EMA comes up or starts to align with the plus ones, that might be another ad. It's coming. It's working. Thing is, I have a landscaper coming to give me an estimate at noon. Wasn't expecting to be working at noon. Maybe he'll be a little late. Yeah, I don't love that. I am so cold. It's kind of exciting stuff. Remember a few minutes ago when I was like, I want to see the end of this candle. I just have to use the bathroom. Still do. I'm going to use the bathroom quick. I'll be right back. My wife makes fresh English muffins. I'll try not to chew too close to the mic. They're so good. I don't need to put anything on them. Cheers. The problem is trying not to have 20 of them today. It's distracting for me. If you want to see it, just let me know. Man, I hate these wicks. Especially looking at here. I tried, and then dumped. But I guess I got it all back, but it keeps getting bought up. I hate that. Don't love that. I mean, I haven't opened this in a while. I haven't opened this in a while. I should still have credentials. This is level 2, guys. Bring up the data. No, it wants to come down. Maybe that button only works for you. Yeah, it wants to come down here. We're going to come down into here. 68, 69. That's probably right where that swing low is. Mike Terry, what's up, buddy? Mike Terry, it's been a journey today. I would love to see 600. Look at all these orders down here. Don't go up there. Hopefully we'll come down to 600. Where's the 600? Wow, they're not here. Yeah. That'd be fantastic. Yeah, we've been in this one for a while. What time did we get in this trade? We got in this trade at 9:40. Been in it for a bit. We've been in this one. Currently down 55 net on the day with this open trade. We're realized 57. Realized down 57. So you can take the whatever you see on the screen and add or subtract from 57. Nah, 790. That's pretty much 800. Right in here. Not a bad spot to be short. Was that the first, Ed, or was that a average after some graceful exits and stuff? Yeah, guys, I'll be adding a +1 now.
Order submitted.
Nice. Good stuff. What's your target? Oh, yeah, there's the Globex high right there. Good. Yeah, what's the target? Let's see. Come on, let's play this low volume node here. Nice. Yeah, I mean, we are still showing like a little bit of weakness. Don't trail too tight. I mean, definitely get some money off the table when you can, but there's a part of me that almost wants to start to trail and get back into +1 if I can. If we get down to this prior session low of day, I'll probably take one off. I'll probably take it off. Like I'll probably detach this and move it like here, but we'll see. Yeah, once it gets to here, I'm not going to put my TP here, but once it gets to here, I'll put a stop. Same as I did with this trade where I added and then had a stop loss. I don't know if you're here for that. This would be one of those where right here, I'm going to put a sell stop.
Order submitted.
And then if I get that in, I'll take some money off the table with another stop. And hopefully just keep trying to ride this down a little bit. So then my new stop would be like here. So close to even, guys. So close. It would be a bummer to watch this thing go all the way back up against me at this point, not going to lie.
Order canceled. Order submitted. Order filled. Order submitted.
Same as we did before. I'm adding. And then if I have to take off, I'll manage it from here. But I want to get some money off the table.
Order filled.
Perfect. I'll take that all day. Right now we are realized minus $32. So I'll manage it from here now. Glad to get that off the table. And if I go back to total loss on the day around $100, which would be minus 70 on this trade, I'll probably be done for the day. Yeah, I mean, that's a pretty good target. I'm at the point now, we get down below, if we get down to this 600, I'll probably put a stop. And then if anything, I'll be down 20 something dollars on the day and we'll be okay. There's a part of me that even wants to put it here. But like I said, we still have 11 minutes on this down candle. We've put in so much work. And like I said, I don't know if I necessarily want to see it come up another 100 points on me, but that's part of the game, I guess. Right, the target's still VWAP. Just if we want to play some graceful exits and make some wins along the way, we can. But for being, we were in drawdown over $200 to now be in drawdown at like 50 on the day. Like that's good trading. That's good trade management. We've done good so far. I mean, it's a nice bounce off prior session low. I mean, that's the long that we usually take, which is why I took one off there. But so Mike, you get stopped. You just got stopped out, right? And the same being patient for a possible +2 touch before, even though that 233 is creeping down, we still have this huge swing high up here. I have to be patient for this +1 add. 722. Oh, okay. Big trail. I will say too, very rarely, and this is more statistics and backtesting, very rarely do we break below prior session low and we don't close the day above it. So that's also something I'm thinking about. We did a lot of work to get back into the range. I don't know if the market wants to go back down there. Like, could this be a POC ad? Might be a little early and aggressive for that, but Tara's like still trading. Yeah. Mike Terry, thanks so much for that super chat. Still paying for Spotify, giving us some music. Appreciate it. The super chats go back into the channel. Let's show that prior session low. Who's boss? At least I'm trapped inside today with the AQI. My son's at camp. My daughter's on a play date. So I am not being a DGen dad right now. I would gladly close the stream down $65 if I was being a DGen dad. But just chilling on a Friday. It's pizza night. And when you live in New York, pizza night hits different. Pizza night hits different. You wait all week for pizza.
Order filled. Order filled.
Here we go. Things get weird again. Probably should have waited for that +1, huh? Not sure I'd make it up to that +2. I'm more kind of like the T line, but it's just a little close for me. Especially this wick is disgusting with 3 minutes to go on this candle. Tough wick to watch. For sure. I can't help but to think that I got impatient and added, like I shouldn't be in 2 contracts down here, but we're going to find out. All right, Mike, got some green? Some green on the day? Yeah, we got this measure move here, a little bit of green. Let's see. See how we respond. I'm definitely interested to see how we respond to T-line. But this is gross for shorts, that's for sure. I'm glad I got money off the table. I'm just not sure I should have added. I'm second guessing that ad just a little bit. If I can be honest, second guessing that ad. 82 for the day. Love it. Get the hell out of there. Well, keep your computer on so I get some watch time, but that's that move. I'm down $82 on that move. Yeah, and it's tough to watch. When closing that trade and being realized 33 to being back with unrealized down 120 is tough. It's tough. Part of the game. Here comes T-line. Let's see what happens here with a minute to go on this candle. Like I said, I can't make it all the way back up to +2s with my risk budget, but value area high, I could probably mess with. If we can get a little pullback, maybe a graceful exit. T-line, we have a high volume node here. Hopefully we'll get a bounce off of that. We'll see. This is where I'm definitely starting to trade my P&L. $30 seconds on this candle. Would like to see a heavy close. Oh, golly, what's going on? Didn't like that. That was quick. What just happened? If you're gonna keep flipping out, flip out to the downside. That was weird. Yeah, got a little twitchy there for sure. I was like, whoa. That was a part of me. It's like, do you put stops in place to watch out for a tape bomb? Like, I kind of know where I'd want my stop to be. Yeah, like I don't really want it coming up much more than this. These 30-minute candles are crazy, though. I guess if I would have avoided my first ad of the day, this is manageable. I mean, you can be green. Yeah, it's always a good idea, Mike. It's always a good idea. Do you ever find problems with the ATM and the copier? That's my only concern. Is I've heard like sometimes with the ATMs it like lags on the copies. That's only what I've heard. I've never used ATMs here. I'm always either sitting in front of my computer or know how to flatten all pretty quick, but suck it down. So I just set this up here. You can see this is my entry 1 that we're working with on this trade, and here's entry 2. So I am thinking about a possible graceful exit. If we can break below this swing low, put a stop for a graceful exit. Oh, got it. All right, that makes sense. Because right, getting out now and being able to add one at +2 would be pretty nice. But I mean, add one at +1. But I still gotta play this weakness. Even with this wick getting bought up, I would hate to see this wick get bought up again. But we'll see. Like I like these measured moves now. Hoping for one more of these. Right, the goal isn't necessarily to get back to break even. The goal is to execute the trade plan, even if we're getting back to even. Like, yeah, that feels good, especially at this time of the day at almost noon. Do I want to take some risk off the table here? I might. Even at the cost of being red. Got it. Thank you. Yeah, what I gotta do is I gotta just try and sim and see what happens in a sim account, copying and see what happens. I feel like I want my first target to be here. Target on one and then target on the other could be down to view out.
Order submitted.
Yeah, hindsight's 2020. I'm thinking I should have added there too, you know. I just wasn't in a position to with where the trade was going. You might get another chance. How many times will it reject T line? Especially like, yeah, these wicks just keeps getting bought up. Keeps getting bought up. Like now I'm like, that would have been a good graceful exit. I got the measured move. Immediately regret not taking it off down here. And now being able to add back up here. Immediately regret that. Buyers just keep selling it, buying it up. And like these moves, it got twitchy there for a second. Whatever happened at 9:30, 11:30 and 37 seconds. Whatever happened there. Yeah, definitely. Could rip above. Right now, Pac is kind of like the line in the sand. We might get a little shifty here, but you know, just like that, I went from almost break even to now on this position down another 70. It's not as ugly as it was, but officially a 2-hour trade. Get below Pac. Let's show some weakness below Pac. $764. Yep. I did say before when it got back down there, I immediately regretted not taking it off. We get back close to that break even, I'll probably take a graceful exit. I can't say that I regret not taking it off down here and then it goes back down there again and when we get down into here, I'll probably just put a stop, kind of like I did before. Like not take a take profit, but if it gets down below and starts to try and mess with this swing low, I'll probably just put a stop and then go from there. The stop would be here if we can get down below my break even. I'm realized red $33 on the day. So with my current open position, realized on the day minus 66. Yeah, definitely. Right around here, I want to take it off. Because I'm watching this volume here. See the volume shelf pretty much 2 days ago, prior session, where we just bounced off of. If I can get below there, I'll put a stop right here. We do have swing highs coming down still, so at the end of the day, it's still a red candle. Right? We still have 15 minutes of weakness on this candle. From the open, right? Still have 50 points of weakness on this candle from the open.
Order submitted.
I'm reducing risk. Can't say before I regret not taking it off and then not take it off again. Just reducing risk, guys. Reducing risk.
Order filled.
Done. Okay. Graceful exit. I took a realized $30 loss there. So currently realized minus 66. But now I give myself that T-line ad. Probably right here.
Order canceled.
Not saying I'm going to close the trade at noon, but I might need to end the stream at noon and then just update you guys in the Discord where this ends up, because I'm a husband and a father, and I don't want to be buried in the basement all in the morning. I'm trading Tradeify accounts and Alive. My Live is my leader account, which I reset to $2,500 every month. And then I'm trading 5 Tradeify evals that started the day about $900 in profit. And you never have to be sorry about asking questions. It's all good. Definitely want you to know what's going on, what you're looking at. Makes things a little bit better. Yeah, these are the Tradeify selects. That's the one I'm trading. The 25 selects. Yeah, I can kind of go through it quickly, but I definitely talked about it earlier on in the streams. I took one payout from my, what did I have? I had Lucid Fundeds. I made that video. I took one payment from there, and then I'll show you quick, just real quick because we got nothing else going on here. Then I just took death by 1,000 cuts. I just had a string of this, like just a little bit of red, and slowly just burnt them off. The only one, I blew the Lucid accounts. The only other ones I had a ton of Bullinox accounts, and they were in the eval phase, and they were like, it was a monthly subscription, and I just trade so slow. I just got sick of that, and I don't like rhythmic, so I ended up just eating those. And other than that, been working on these Tradeifys for, I want to say 5 weeks now. I've been working through these, so yeah. Though I blew the 5 Lucid Fundeds, not on a tilt day, just bunch of red days in the course of 3 weeks. Slowly got down there. I'm pretty sure the max loss on those was $1,000. So yeah, over the course of 5 weeks or so, I lost $1,000 total, and those went away. Did get a payout though, so we are even on the year. I think we're green on the year. We'll green on at the end of the summer. Before I go back to work, I'll look at all the numbers and what I spent on everything, and kind of do a P&L on the year. Thanks for the question, man. Man, can we watch Wix get bought up again? Where do we see this here? Still, we've been talking about this low volume node all day. Here's been the shelf on it. Kind of messed with it once, then got this huge volume node, which brought it right back up. So maybe this is where we got to get down to again to get through there, like 650. We need to cruise through 650. Taper's amazing. I did want to run a little bit more than I have with this AQI and the smoke in the air. Can't run outside. So it's been actually a little bit lighter of a taper, but the body's pretty beat up. So I'm feeling physically and mentally better every day. So I'm not really too concerned with the low volume taper so far. But an hour on the treadmill today, and then probably bike tomorrow, and then try and get 10 miles in on Sunday, and then leave and head out west during the week. Yeah, but taper's good. Taper and down week feels awesome. My wife's heading out for a second. I'm just going to go tell my son that if he needs me, he can come get me. I'll be right back. My son's so dope. I'm like, dude, if you need me, just come downstairs. He's like, no problem, Dad. I'm fine. Just up there playing with Legos. Legos and puzzles. My son's got a brain like me. So being in the trade now over 2 hours, just thinking out loud again, letting you know where my mindset's at. Currently right now I'm with this trade, I am down $75 on the day. I don't know if I feel like sitting at this all day. Like if it gets to down $100 on the day, regardless of like what's happening or what market conditions are doing, just from an emotional capital side, I might just close it at $100, take the $100 L and move away. I'm not sure if at this point in the day, I want to manage this for the next 3 hours and then potentially lose more than $100. Like early in the day, I can go into a little bit more drawdown because we have this whole day to figure it out. But now at this point, we might just have to say, all right, if we get to down $100 on the day, that's it. We just lost today. I don't know. 2 minutes left in this candle. If we can stay heavy, we'll see what happens. But I'm not sure I'm interested in adding any more. My willingness to fight for this trade is diminishing. And it might be one of those things where I just put my stop loss at where $100 would be on the day and then just walk away and see whichever one gets hit first, VWAP or that. I don't know, but coming into the noon hour here on a Friday, I'm not sure how much more I'm willing to give, if I'm being honest. Like it doesn't always have to be about getting back to zero. Sometimes you lose. Sometimes you take a red day. If we start making all new highs, yeah, it's moving slow, but that almost makes me a little bit more nervous because I feel like when it's moving slow, something can just come in and just move it very quickly. maybe 150 on the day, but I'm definitely not ending the week. I think I was up 205 to start the day. I'm definitely not ending the week red. Maybe break even, but definitely not red. Yeah, like that's a shitty move to close a candle. Just those wicks. When have we seen 2 hours of wicks like that? Here, kind of. And then it boosted. Wow, this is wicky. Yeah, these wicks are something else. Glad I took that one contract off the table. Glad I took this graceful exit. So far here's the first one we were in. Held that forever. Got an ad of +2. Took the graceful exit. Took some profit. Added. Took some profit. Added. Added. Took a graceful exit. Hopefully T-Line can keep being our friend here. Mike, you said you wanted to get back in at T-Line. Yo. See? What was that? What the hell just happened there? Suck it. What was that about? Wonder what that was about. It's gonna snap right back up. What do we do, guys? That was weird. God, do I want to take some off the table? I'm taking the risk off the table,
Order
guys.
submitted.
If it gets closed here, it gets closed. I just don't want to see another wick. Simple as that.
Order filled. Order canceled.
Back to that emotional capital piece we just talked about. I've been in that trade for over 2 hours. I feel like I just got lucky with whatever just happened that pushed that down so fast. I was just saying that I wasn't willing to be down more than $100 on the day at this time. Under zero circumstances would I have been okay with being down here and then watching it come all the way back up the T line again. It's noon. I'm down $38 on the day, where we were in drawdown at one point. I think almost 200, 180 I think we got to. So to make $150 back, it's not always about getting back to even. So 2 hours of drawdown to get out, down on $37. I'll take a $37 red day. The week, 173. This does break a green streak, which is kind of nice. My first red day in July. So I'm glad to get that out of the way. And as Mike just mentioned, my average trades every day are pretty much 38. So I just give back one day, as opposed to trying to stay in this for my ego to get back to even. It just doesn't seem worth it. Will my computer still be open today? Yeah. Will I probably rest at +2? Yeah. But I'll let you know in the Discord if anything else pops up. But I think that's going to be it for me today. Thanks for sitting through the Friday. Like I said, red days happen. And I've been pumping. I mean, I haven't had a red day since June 24th. So, you know, I gotta take the L. Today I was wrong. I didn't trade off the range trader. I traded off the VWAP bands, and that's what I get. Back to the range trader. Back to the 30-minute chart on Monday. Thank you guys. Have a great weekend. I always appreciate you sitting around. Your feedback, much accepted. If before you go, you can just give the stream a thumbs up. Let people know they should probably come back on Friday. And yeah, take it easy.